us a little bit in terms of how do you choose a location?
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, we were really heavy on street food vending. And we still do a little bit of that, but that's not a big part of our business model anymore. We do a lot of private catering events, and then we do a lot of partnerships with big corporations and kind of use our popsicles as a medium for their marketing campaigns. So like take, for instance, this is Memorial Day weekend, we're doing a bunch of events for Aveeno Lotion with the popsicles. And we brand the sticks, we brand the wrappers, and then they actually send us out to locations that they would like us to go to, and we're getting paid to hand out the product for free. So that's a lot of what we do. We've done it for Google, we've done it for W Hotel, J. Crew. So a lot of times they're picking these high traffic locations, and most importantly, they're paying the permit fees for us to be on South Beach because we usually wouldn't be able to go there. In Miami, which is probably pretty similar to LA, we have a lot of food truck roundups. So the location is already set, like Second Saturdays in Wynwood, which is a really, you're talking about thousands of people come out to that event every second Saturday. So it's a location where we can show up and park, all the food trucks are there, people can pick the different options that they want to go to. But the beauty of having a mobile business is that you can always go to your customer base. If you know that there's a big event that's going on, if you know there's a high traffic location, you have the freedom and the liberty to be able to go there and show up and be ready. A lot of places in South Florida don't have dessert options, don't have healthy dessert options. So when we show up, we're able to tap into that and service those clients. So that's really the beauty of owning a mobile business.
So now let me ask you this. Now, how were you able to solidify those relationships and partnerships? Was it cold calling, or did people come after you?
More people actually coming after us than the cold calling. I mean, we do some of the cold calling, but a lot of it has just been relationship building. Every time we do a campaign like that, we're always blogging. We post pictures and videos in real time on our Twitter and our Facebook. Like, those two things have been invaluable to us. Like, we've honestly never spent money on traditional advertising and have been able to get some really amazing free PR. But it's about kind of having something that the press is going to constantly want to talk about. We're constantly changing flavors depending on the season, depending on the week. We change flavors that go with different different events or whatever that's going on. So it's something that the media is always wanting to talk about. When we started offering spiked popsicles, people went crazy because it was like, oh yes, finally I can get drunk off of a popsicle. But it garnered a lot of media attention, and we've been able to partner with alcohol companies that ship the product to us. We do their event, the popsicle tastes good, we add it to our menu. So that a lot of it, and then once you get that really good, that first campaign, that first partnership, that information, those pictures, I mean, I'm anal about taking pictures at events because I know it's the most powerful marketing tool that I can send to another potential client. A lot of times they call and they're like, hey, we just want an ice cream truck or an ice cream cart to come out. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're from the Sheraton Hotel. Let me show you what we just did for the W Hotel. We can do this, we can do that, we can do that. And I can say that all day long, but not until they see those pictures or they see that video does it really paint the picture, and they're like, you know what, I want that too. So.
And I want to come back a little later on talking about the social media aspect, but I want to go to Tommie, because obviously we're not talking about physical foot traffic, so when you have a virtual store, how do you drive traffic? What are some best practices that you can share in terms of getting customers to come to your site?
Absolutely, it's always fun. Barbara mentioned that she has Yelp, right? Other people are becoming our vehicles, so some of the vehicles that we use at Dell, for instance, is, when you pull up Dell, you can go to Google and you'll have all these search terms. We're in multiple channels across from a Google perspective. Also, when you think about how we've launched Small Business University and things that we're trying to do there, where you are actually positioning not only our expertise of knowledge, but you're positioning those in channels where it's getting picked up and fed by other people. So for instance, Small Business University is an online class session that we use, and we've launched it for small business entrepreneurs like yourselves, where you can go educate yourselves around key business concepts. Well, that program itself had taken off so well that people in other channels, so I'll use this channel for instance, Fat Wallet, which is primarily a price conscious type channel. They saw so much value inside of it that they started promoting it on their own website. Well, hey, here's what Dell is offering. So there are a lot of different channels that we leverage in terms to bring in that traffic. And that's how you get your traffic inside of there. A lot of the word of mouth. We're in the social media channels from a Facebook perspective. You can pull up a Dell Facebook page, Twitter. So we use a lot of those channels to not only drive demand, but going back to, I love what Felecia and Barbara were saying, and I hope it's resonating with everybody in this room. Your perception, your experience that you're delivering. When you're in those channels, you can deliver that type of credibility and establish a credibility where people actually start searching for you. Just because we are Dell, small office, people don't go look for us. Sometimes you have to inherently create that demand in those virtual channels.
And then you forgot to mention an extremely important partner with the Small Business University, Black Enterprise.
Correct. So Black Enterprise is one of our biggest partners with Small Business University. But one of the things that we are trying to do, the thing that's critical as a small business entrepreneur, where are you in the community? How many people know you, right? Just because I'm Dell, I sit in Austin, Texas, what are we doing inside of the community from an entrepreneur standpoint to connect? And as you drive that connection, only good things will happen. And so that's why, from a Black Enterprise partnership with Dell, we believe that this partnership will start to drive, one, the knowledge of our expertise around building IT solutions. When you think about Barbara and Felecia, what they were talking about, the markets that they're in, well, the market that we're trying to be in is the 1 through 9. And we're the world's biggest entrepreneur. Michael Dell started out as a small company. But we're trying to actually penetrate the 1 through 9 market. And in order for us to penetrate the 1 through 9 market, we can't just do it on the website. We're going to have to get out and connect and understand what are the needs of small business entrepreneurs. I talk to them every day. I can tell you, cash is the first thing on hand. I need it fast, I need it quick is the second thing. And I need you to educate me on this complicated piece that you call technology. We're using our expertise to not only penetrate the markets, but in addition to that, to grow your knowledge as a small business owner, in addition to get that return that we're giving back to the community at the same time.
And still talking about this sort of concept of non-traditional advertising, I know, Barbara, if there's anything else that you've done, you mentioned Yelp, in terms of social media or other avenues or things that you've been able to use to help promote the business?
Well, when customers come into the brick and mortar, which is daily, we have advertisement about our truck, our vehicle. There's big pictures up there and letting them know, and we have the monitors, the videos, with letting them know it's available to you. And we let also our people know, our customers know, that we have competitive pricing. And we provide a wonderful quality experience to and for the customer. Now, these sound like little words, but this is what makes any business, especially our business, we know, a profit center. When we provide that product with the quality of experience, with really being in touch with what our people want, and of course giving back, this is what makes us, and this is what makes a business successful. And again, our advertising is basically word of mouth. We don't have strategic, big marketing campaigns, but it's been word of mouth. Of course, as I told you, our beautiful brand, which is our logo on our truck, and customer interaction and interaction with people, and providing that quality experience.
Now, when you did the food truck race, was that part of getting the word out about the truck, or is that just something you wanted to experience, or was that part of your marketing strategy?
Well, I think that I looked at it as just an experience, because where I am in my life, which is a good place. It's not bad, you guys. So anyway, I think my partners, my son and Kevin, I think they looked at it as an experience, a marketing experience, an experience of really getting us out there. And I think it did that. I think I don't look at it as that experience being the true marketing tool. I look at the everyday experience. I look at interacting every day with our people, our daily customers. Those are our stars. This is what we look at. But the food truck experience, it was an experience, okay? And it did assist. It really did.
Okay. Now, can you all share a little bit about, in terms of building a team and finding the right people? Because even though it's still a mobile business, you still have to have, people who work with you, who know what they're doing, and help you grow that business.
Well, fortunately, my team, which we started before the food truck, we were able to, everyone has their niche, what they do best. We were able to assemble what we needed. For example, when we started out with the truck, Kevin went through with the, building it, the display, the retro, we all conferred. But basically, this was his area. Okay, then the area of food, and that's my area. Okay, and of course we talked about what the menu should be, how to streamline the menu, and we all conferred on that. We all conferred on where would the truck be, what image did we want to project, what did we not only want to project, but what did we want, what was our goal? What was our true goal with this truck, aside from just making money? Because that's the bottom line, but there's more to it. So this is basically where we started and where we are. What does this mean to us? What does this truck mean? And where do we go with it? My people, my team did it.
And Felecia, for you?
Yeah, for us, I am a creative person. I love working with my hands. My husband is a finance guy. So that made that worked right down the middle for us right there with that. As far as hiring staff, we have about a staff of 6. So we make some miracles happen with a very small staff. But the way I always look at it and the way my husband looks at it is a lot of things that we do, from either the production